Welcome, everybody, to today's podcast. Our guest here today is Matt Greer, amazing realtor in the area, veteran as well, and part of the Wicked Awesome fam, and an amazing guy. I mean, we've known each other for a little bit, which is really cool.
We have. I met at one of your Wicked Awesome happy hours.
Yeah, man, it's just so cool to do this with you. I love, like reading the notes and all that kind of stuff. And I had forgotten you have been recognized as one of the top 40 under 40.
Yes, that was.
That's amazing, man. How does that even come about?
Yeah, so that was really cool. I was surprised I'd got it as well. Mm-hmm. I think what it comes down to is just honestly working hard. We do have a lot of people in this industry who just kind of hop in thinking it's going to be really easy. It's a very rude awakening for them.
Yeah,
and you just got to be willing to actually put in the work, get out there, talk to people, market yourself. And then once you market yourself, you're going to get listings. Then you market the listings. Get them in front of as many people as you can, as quickly as you can. That's all there is to it. If you're willing to do that and work, you'll do fine.
That's awesome, man. Now, how long have you been in industry? It's been a little bit, right?
It has. So it's been 7 years. I started when I was, as I was getting out of the Army, I started selling homes to guys in my battalion.
Sweet.
Yeah, and that's how I got started.
That's a good way to go.
It was a great start, yeah.
And that's crazy. The last 7 years have been extremely volatile, right? The last 7 years
yes.
in that industry. And there's been a lot of people that jumped in because it was easy, right? And then a lot of people that jumped out because it wasn't as easy as they thought. What's, I don't know, man, what's one of the craziest things you ran into with a transaction?
So the craziest thing I ran into with the transaction actually didn't have to do with the market.
Okay.
This to this day still blows my mind. So I was representing the buyer, and someone actually broke into the house that they were buying and stole the toilet.
Okay.
That's all they took. That's all they took. There was other stuff to take, but they took the toilet. So we basically got it to where my buyer was able to pick their toilet.
Toilet ever? Was it gold? I mean,
No.
What the heck?
No, it was like a 30-year-old toilet. And yeah, they stole that, and so we were able to work it out to where the buyer got the toilet of their choice. Yeah, that's definitely the weirdest thing that I've seen happen. Mm-hmm. And then other just random things that are kind of like one-offs for transactions. I had one where it was really sad. It was their mother had passed and the daughter, they'd already gone under contract, and the daughter realized that she wanted the crystal doorknobs that she had installed with her mother.
Oh, wow.
So in that situation, what I did was I actually talked with the buyers, explained what was going on, and I actually stepped in and I replaced the doorknobs myself.
Oh, man, that's cool.
So sometimes you got to do things like that where, you got to come out of pocket and fix it, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
Yeah. Well, the right thing to do is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that probably has set you apart, right? Like doing it regardless of whatever, it just needs to be done.
Yeah. It's always worth it to do the right thing, just because when you do the right thing, you'll have clients who just give raving reviews about you that are fantastic.
Yes.
The more of those you can have, the better off you'll be.
Yeah.
And, just one bad review can completely destroy you in this business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's the last thing that you want,
Yeah.
No business is easy. A lot of them are simple, right? But you want to have that stellar reputation and all that kind of stuff, right? So all right. So doing that for 7 years so far, what parts of your service in the Army have you found have helped you the most with your real estate career?
Being able to work with others. So I was an infantryman. Mm-hmm. So we live and die based off of whether or not we can work well with others.
Yeah.
So that is one of the most important things that we learn is teamwork. Mm-hmm. And as a real estate agent, you're basically, even as an individual agent, leading a team, because you have to work with the agent on the other side.
Right.
You have to work with your client. And then once you're under contract, you've got all these different contractors and vendors that you have to get to work together to actually bring that deal to close. And so just the different coordination of movement and working with others, that is something that you learn in the Army for sure.
Definitely. That's cool, man. Yeah. yeah, there's a ton to it. You know,
There's
as
a lot.
far as
There's a lot. There's more you can learn every day too.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, are you? I know that there are realtors that are licensed in multiple states and stuff like that. Do you focus specifically here in AZ, or do you have partnerships or licensure or whatever in other states as well?
So I first got licensed in North Carolina because I was stationed at Fort Bragg.
Makes sense.
So for a little while, I was dual licensed in both.
Okay.
But I found that if you want to really grow a thriving business, you have to focus on one area.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the East Valley. So I'm no longer licensed in North Carolina. But the cool thing is, being with RE/MAX, we're in over 100 countries.
Yeah.
So I have agents that I can refer stuff to across the globe.
That's cool.
It's one of the coolest features of being in RE/MAX. Like, I just joined RE/MAX a few months ago, and there was an agent who had gotten a referral from like Puerto Rico or somewhere down in the Bahamas. It was crazy.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
That doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, RE/MAX, doesn't RE/MAX have, what is it, the best coverage in the world or something like that for one?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
We cover more places than any other brokerage in the world.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, especially being able to do overseas stuff, and yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Well, it's really cool too, because for, our really luxurious listings, you have to bring in people from all over the world to get those sold. And so we actually have an international PR team. So
wow.
Yeah, so for those really high dollar listings where you're not necessarily going to be drawing from the local population, we can advertise it to the whole world.
That's cool.
And we can do it at the snap of a finger now.
Yeah. Social media, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Oh man, yeah, that's great. And then as far as things, I don't know if you want to speak on anything going on as far as the markets now or anything like that. Or I know recently you were on the news talking about that, which is pretty cool. Anytime you get to see one of your friends on the news and they're not in cuffs, it's a good day.
Yeah. So I was on ABC 15 and I was talking about the challenges that are facing sellers, which I wouldn't even call them challenges. I'd call it a return back to normal.
Okay.
We're back to like that 2018, 2019 market where people are listing their homes. And when you're going to sell your home, you just got to make sure it's presentable. Okay. Yeah. Clean it, wash the windows. If you've got a dog who left nose marks and paw marks all over a window, wash them off. Okay. Little things like that. Pick up the dirty laundry. If you need to paint. That's the cheapest thing you can do to raise the value of your home.
Okay.
Just because right now, buyers have options. And so because of that, you need to put your home in a really good, presentable way to the market. And you also need to market it correctly and price it correctly. Sure. And so right now, more than ever, having an agent that can actually market your home, get it in front of the right people is important. And, we've got multiple ways that we do that. So for example, a lot of people talk about, social media being important. How big is your agent's following? That's important. But at the same time, for about $5, I can get a listing in front of more people than any agent's follower list is. And I can put it in front of people who are actually looking for homes. And we can use multiple channels to do that. So
that's awesome.
Having an agent that can do that, make your home stick out, as well as just presenting it correctly, makes all the difference in this market.
Sure.
And we have different tools and tricks for that. I can show you one of the tools I have.
Sure.
I brought this. I didn't tell you what it was because I wanted to see the look on your face. So right now, when you go into a neighborhood, right, it's Saturday, so go drive around.
Okay.
And what you're going to see is every neighborhood has open house signs out front. And when you drive in, there's going to be 5 different open houses. So I was hit with, okay, how do I make my open houses stick out?
Yeah.
So I got this long thing.
Oh man, like one of them huge flags?
It's a giant inflatable tube, man. So it's 18
That's
feet
the
tall.
best.
So when I have a single-story home,
hilarious.
this is taller than the home.
So they're not going to miss it.
No, they're not going to miss it. So when everyone else has these little
spot.
signs out front, I've got this guy flopping around. Everyone comes to my open houses, and this was like $100.
That's a great investment.
Yeah, and so it's just little things like that just make your home stand out, make all the difference in this market.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to put money into something like that. Like,
yeah, that's well worth it.
Absolutely, because I've seen where people are going around to other homes, but then as soon as they see mine,
they're there.
They're there.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Being outside of the box, right? And you doing that, I mean, it's cool and it's funny and all that kind of stuff. But really what it is it shows your professionalism, your understanding as far as marketing and getting, the goal accomplished of them selling the home or buying the home or, whatever. And it shows that you genuinely care, right? You're doing everything that you can to focus on them and get their dream, fulfilled, man. And that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, I appreciate you being here today, Matt. This is great. I can't believe how fast.
Yeah, that was really quick.
It just flew by,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm psyched to chat with you more. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.